my wife and I were on a series of yo-yos with diet and exercise programs, and we wanted to do something a little different rather than some of the standard things that are out there. Like Weight Watchers and Atkins diet and all of those myriad of 40-40-20, all of that stuff. We wanted to get more of a I think more of a it's a buzzword, but more of a holistic approach to our fitness through diet and well, actually through nutrition and how we fuel ourselves and fitness and physical fitness, physical activity. Some of the biggest struggles, if you want to call it that, that both my wife and I were experiencing, and we have. I mean, we've been pretty conscious about our fitness for our entire marriage, over 47 years now. But I think the biggest thing was the fact that we just weren't at a consistent level of fitness, and also the lack of energy at various times during the day. And we get on the wagon, get off the wagon with our diet, and it just didn't seem like we were able to be consistent with both our diet and our exercise program, our fitness program. I think the experience during our process, since we've been hooked into the MFN, Move Fully Nourished, has been a learning experience as much as anything. I think that the great benefit has been to actually thoughtfully look at what we're eating and how we're fueling our bodies, and to make that a habit pattern. And I think the biggest thing for us, and particularly for myself, is being able to recognize what I'm eating on a regular basis throughout the day, and pairing food groups, the fats, the proteins, the carbohydrates, and pairing them in a balanced way, to best nourish, I think, my body and best fuel my body. And I've really looked at it as fueling my body, and that's been the biggest thing, and that's been a learning process. And I think it takes 3 months or so to develop new habits. I think 8 to 12 weeks is that magic time, and being able to look, and boy, I am not a person to log my food. I'm not a person to be tied to that. So that was a real discipline for me, but it was also a good learning tool for me as I studied, and it was work. The MFN was work. I had to sit down and log my foods and be detailed about what I was logging. But over a period of 3 months doing that, I don't feel like I have to do that anymore. I know what I should be eating. I know what I should be eating, and I can look at my meal and go, okay, I got the nutrients I need to fuel my body and to avoid the postprandial sloughs that we get into and the dips in energy, and do that in a way that really is balanced. I'm just eating what's there at the grocery store. It's just stuff that we pick up, and it's simple, and it's not hard. It was a challenge to discipline yourself for that long a period of time and look at everything you eat to get that search image. But once you have that, it's like, okay, I got that. I know this meal, this is what I'm eating, and I'm pretty close. I don't have to log the details anymore. And so that's been a behavioral change. That's been a habit change for us that's stuck because it's working. We feel better in this mode than we did how we're eating prior. My background is in medicine, and I think one of the things that surprised me the most in the whole course of this journey was really the efficacy of reducing certain dietary substances in order to eliminate inflammation, and a lot of that's the bad oils. I think that was huge, and getting those out of your system, and also I think much to my chagrin, the dairy products, which I was eating a lot of. I think that has a component too, but I think the whole program of getting a good balance of protein, carbohydrates, and fats, good proteins, good carbohydrates, the multicolor universe that is our meals now, with the different colors and the vibrant colors. I think there's a lot of antioxidants in that, and I think we're taking a lot of that oxidative stress off our bodies by eating, and fueling our bodies in this manner. And I keep going back to fueling the body, and it's just, that's huge. That's huge. But I have noticed a 90% or more decrease in my inflammation. I mean, the neck aches, the back aches, muscle aches, joint pain. Even in the face of doing hard physical work, I'm not having that. I'm not having that. I was at the chiropractor every other week prior to starting this program, and I've not been to the chiropractor in 2 months. I've just not had the need to go back because I'm not sore. I'm not tied up. And my wife has felt the same. So that's probably been the biggest aha thing for me in this whole program is that aspect of it. The other aspect that was really important to me and sort of surprising is I had a weight goal. I had a weight goal. I wanted to get down to, for me, 175 pounds. That's what my goal was. I wanted to get down to 175 pounds. And it was like, that's a big thing. I want to get to that weight. And about halfway through the program, or probably 2/3 way through the program, I realized I don't care what I weigh. I don't care what I weigh. And I really don't care about the weight because I saw my weight drop about 10 pounds. And I thought 20 pounds overweight, and maybe 25. And my weight dropped 10 pounds, but I lost inches off my waist. I lost inches off my, my butt. I lost, a lot of the fat that was around my chest. I started to tone up. And I just stopped worrying about weight. I'm just fueling my body, not overeating. And it's a good balance. It's a good balance. So I don't really care about my weight. I got one of these scales I get on and it shows me what my percentage body fat is. That continues to go down. My percent body mass and muscle mass is going up. And that's been a really aha moment for me as well. So I think probably the inflammation and just reconfiguring your body has been, and not worrying about weight and just, doing what's healthy so that you feel good, you're active, you can work all day long. And I'm 69. I work really hard, at times, most days, and, and be able to do that and feel good about that and feel good the next day has been really important. It's a good question. Would I recommend the program? And hands down, I'd say yes, I would. And this is from somebody that was skeptical from the get-go. I was a little skeptical, and it's expensive. I don't think it's as expensive as a coronary artery bypass or an angioplasty or insulin. In that regard, long term, and I'm being facetious there a little bit, but it is, a very well put together program, and I think it's worth every penny. For me, or for anybody else that's going into this, and they look at that, look at the price tag. As I look at that, it's inconsequential for us long term, because I think that over a period of 90 days. We really have changed how we look at nutrition and activity. It's a lifelong investment. Ashley's been absolutely amazing, and I'll say that to you, Ashley. You've been absolutely amazing in providing really good sound feedback and good from a physiologic and biochemical perspective, a very well reasoned program, that makes sense. you know, and you know, I can study with my background. I can look at that and go, yeah, it makes sense. The body works this way, and it's going to do this. And that really, you know, that really's been, you know, worth every penny that we've put into it. Is, but it does require work. You have to work, and you have to be diligent, and you have to learn, and you have to be willing to learn, and you have to be willing to put out effort to say, yeah, I'm gonna record this stuff and really see what this is all about, and then you start to feel the benefits, and that's been, you know, that's been surprising for me. And I'd say anybody going into it, go into it for 90 days, see what you get out of it, and at the end of that 3 months, you know, if you practice due diligence, I think you're going to have habit patterns that are going to really change how you live for the rest of your life. Um, I think those, and how you feel and how you interact with people and the energy you have. In my case, to be with my grandkids, my children, you know, my friends, my neighbors, and be active and not just go into retirement and sit on a couch and waste away, you know, till eternity comes.